we do when we have a bunch of apples left over? Nobody's in an apple mood. We're going to can them. No, I've never canned them before, so this is a first for me. So let's get going. Okay, I've already peeled and sliced my apples up. No, they're not all the same sizes, but we are going to get some lemon water together. So we got to bring them to a boil, and then we got to simmer them for 5 minutes. So let me get my lemons. I've got some lemons right here. I'm going to squeeze and make, I believe it's a cup of lemon juice to put with the water. Okay, I've got 1 cup of lemon juice. We're gonna put that in. That's gonna help it from turning brown. And so any of your fruits that you don't want to turn brown, apples, pears, bananas, if you add a little bit of lemon juice to them, they won't turn brown. That is water. I don't know how much water. I'm just doing it to where it's covered like that. We're going to turn the burner on in between medium and high, and we're going to let her come to a boil. Then we'll turn her down to simmer for 5 minutes. Okay, for the syrup that we're going to put in with the apples when we put them in their jars, we're going to do 4 cups of water, and instead of doing sugar, I'm doing a cup, 1 cup and a half of honey. So that goes in on top. I'm going to drizzle it on top after the apples are in the jar. And everything has to be hot when it goes in for the apples. So your jars need to be hot. Of course, the apples and then your syrup. So this is going to be a light syrup. It's not a heavy. It's not even a medium. It's going to be a light syrup. So we're going to get this on so we can start getting it to cook down and mix in real good and make that syrupy. And I'll show you what it looks like when I get back. We got the apples. I'm going to set the timer for 5 minutes for them to simmer. And our syrup is back here doing its thing. I've got it mixed. And then I've got my water bath going. And I'm fixing to heat my jars up so I can get everything together. And then we'll give them a water bath. Okay. I'm waiting for the syrup to do its last little bit. So we're going to go ahead and fill these up. I got 3 32-ounce jars. They're warm. I don't know if these are going to fit in all 3 of them, but that's fine if they don't. 2's perfect for me. So we're just going to, and then that way I can use these for whenever. But we're going to fill these up. And I do want to make 2 jars. I want to give one to my little grandsons for snacks for them. So. But that is what we're doing. And then when I'm done doing this, we're going to put some of the juice in it. And then we'll have room for the syrup. So you got to remember to leave your airspace. And then do your, for your canning. So, yeah. Okay, so it's 2 jars. I could have probably gotten more, but this is all that I had. So now we're going to get the ladle and I'm going to fill it. But I'm not going to fill it all the way because I want to leave room for the syrup also. So I'm just going to fill it and leave that little bit so that we can put the syrup in there. So the syrup, and I did do the honey with the syrup instead of the sugar. So it's a little bit healthier for you without it. Now, I don't know where my little thing is to get the air out, so I'm going to use a orange peeler, and we're just gonna push it in there to get all of the air bubbles out that we can. And then I'll do this one more time when I put the syrup in. But that way, and then I am gonna make sure that they're all covered also with the juice from cooking it. Okay, I'm gonna wait for that and I'll be right back. Okay, so I got my syrup made and I'm gonna move that out of the way. And this is what she looks like. It's not real thick or anything like that. But with what I've got, because I made a lot and I didn't really need that much, so I'm gonna store the rest because I've got more apples that I'm going to probably do. So I'm just gonna do about a ladle and put it in there. And I think that would be plenty for each of them to give them that sweetness, yumminess. And then remember when you put your, I'm gonna add just a tad bit more to get it to that line there. There we go. So remember when you put your lids on your jars, to always do them, if I can find mine right here, to always, okay, first we gotta make sure, let me get a clean paper towel. I'll be right back. Okay, clean paper towel. I'm just gonna wipe the rim off to make sure that none of the syrup got on there, anything that can, and it's with vinegar, that can affect the seal of the jar. So we're gonna put the lid, the top part on, and then when you go to screw it, you just screw the lid on finger tight. That's it, finger tight, and it is nice and hot. Okay, so we're gonna get these in the water bath. Give me a sec, and I'll tell you exactly how long we're gonna let them come to a boil. So once we get them in there and the water gets warm, we're gonna let them stay in there for, or hot, I should say, boiling. We're gonna let them stay in there for 20 minutes. So we're gonna give them a 20-minute bath for them to seal, and they will be good to go. And there they are, and the water is about an inch above the lid of the jar. So we're gonna let this come to a rolling boil, and we're gonna let it stay like that for 20 minutes. Then we'll take them out and let them rest, and they should ping and pop, and they will be good to go. In 20 minutes, I will see y'all. Okay, and now it is time to take them out of the water bath. Hold on one second, I gotta find my tool. Here we go. There is one. And there is two. And they are done. Maybe they'll pop. Maybe. Maybe. So I'll let them sit on the counter for 24 hours for them to completely cool. By that time they'll pop and they'll be sealed, and they will be good for at least a year, which they won't last that long because there's only 2 jars. So until the next video, y'all take care. Bye.